Thanks for watching / listening to Comedy Worst. Please like the episodes. Subscribe. Wherever you're listening. Follow. Wherever you're listening or watching, follow. Thank you. Comedy or Worse presents a free comedy show at Quantum Brewing. Yay! 5375 Kearney Billwood Road, San Diego, California, 92123. Every Friday, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Every Saturday, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Yeah, great beer, outside food, and dog friendly. Scan the QR code or go to comedyworst.com/QB.
So whether it's divorce or something else that hurts, it's comedy or worse. Oh, there's trauma, of course, like pooping in your shorts. It's comedy or worse. Yeah, it's comedy. Finally funny. It's comedy. And don't you see? It's comedy or worse.
Comedy
Or worse.
Hell yeah. I'm here with my very special guest.
Dom Noony.
Yay. So how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Had a pretty good, pretty fun set last night, and beautiful day out. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's great. So do you use a stage name?
Yeah, technically Dom Noony is my stage name. My name is Dom Nunes. Nunes is spelled Nunes.
Ah, okay.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm proud to be a Nunes, but it's just one of these fucking names that people always mispronounce, and they have my whole life. Be it teachers taking role, or telemarketers, or stand-up comedy MCs.
Yeah.
They either say like Nunes or Nunez. So when I started doing stand-up, I just decided to go with Noony. Noony's kind of like a term of endearment in my family. You'll be like, what's up, Noony? When you see your cousin or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
so it was just like, you know what? That rolls off the tongue, and then people won't get confused with my last name, because people either say Noons a lot. That's kind of what it looks like. So
yeah. That's cool. So how did you get into comedy?
Well, I've always been a little bit of really been into creative expression pretty much my whole life.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, I was kind of into acting and theater. I did a lot of plays throughout high school. And then in my 20s, it was filmmaking. I was really into filmmaking, made some short films.
Nice.
And then in my 30s, it was just writing. Like I did a lot of writing, wrote a book that I published on Amazon.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like every couple of years or whatever, I just kind of decide, you know what, I'm going to try some other avenue and see where it takes me, and just add another thing into my roster of what I like to do.
Oh, that's nice.
And stand-up just seemed like the next logical step. It's something I always liked stand-up, and I was like, let's go ahead and give it a shot. So.
All right, cool. Yeah. So have you done like sketches at all, or?
I mean, like theater sketches and things like that, and maybe some comedic sketches, like with film and with friends and things. Even done a little written some sketches here and there too.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. That's awesome. So did you get addicted to doing stand-up right away, or?
Pretty much. Yeah, like it was definitely one of those. I was one of those guys that my first set actually went really, really well. I had a blast. And right away, I remember going home that night and being really stoked on it. And then came the next few months, where it was a lot of working things out and bombing most of the time. And obviously, you get a little discouraged here and there, but. Slowly it started to click a little bit, started to really, find my groove and start having fun, because at first, I didn't know if it was fun or not. It was, it seemed more like work or something, and it's embarrassing getting up and when you're bombing and, people don't like you and stuff. But eventually just kept at it,
Hell yeah.
and love it now.
So how long you been doing comedy?
About a year, almost a year. I think my first set was mid-February, so coming up.
Where'd you do your first set?
Right here at the Madhouse.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Sweet. Let's see. So, what is your writing process for comedy?
Writing process, it's very introspective. A lot of story-based humor, exaggerations of things that actually have happened in my life.
Sure.
Combined with a little bit of like, I don't like one-liners or brief setups and things like that interspersed throughout, but it's a lot of story-based stuff, funny things that have happened to me, and things like that.
Oh, cool. So do you ever? How many times do you try a joke before you decide to give up on it?
I'd probably say about 3 to 5.
Okay.
And there's some jokes that I kind of like telling them, and whether there is that, like, I enjoy it, and it's not like I can tell people don't hate it, so I can't help it but keep it in my roster, Okay. But there's definitely, like, if I haven't gotten a single laugh on a joke after about 3 times, then I'll nix it.
Yeah. Makes sense. Cool. Do you ever like set jokes aside and then come back to them?
Quite a bit, yeah. Or even setups. Like, I think when I first started writing stuff out, like a year ago, like I said, well, there's one kind of story thing, a story that I want to tell, and I haven't even gotten to it yet. I haven't quite worked on it because I'm still working out other things, and sometimes a joke is like, well, it doesn't work, and so I'll get rid of it, and then wait a minute, here's a way to make it work. Actually, months after the fact.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Yeah.
Nice, sweet. Who's the funniest person in your life right now?
Ooh, funniest person in my life right now. Probably be a fellow by the name of Greg Bailey. He's sort of he's like an uncle to me, but really he's more like a second cousin or something like that. But I've known him my whole life, and he's just kind of this good old boy that he's really warm and fuzzy, but he's also gruff. And just the second he shakes your hand, he's just a funny guy, and he doesn't even when he's not even trying. He's one of these guys that, like, even the few times in my life that I've seen him pissed off, he's still kind of funny. He's just got that personality.
That's cool. So where did you grow up?
Northern California. Spent a little bit of my time. I got family in the Bay Area, Vallejo specifically, which is like East Bay or North Bay rather. And went to school in a podunk town nobody's ever heard of called Kelseyville. It's like up in Northern California.
Yeah,
very
I grew
small.
up in Santa Rosa. So.
Oh, you know Santa? Oh, okay. I didn't know you were from Santa Rosa. No shit.
That's where
Santa Rosa was where we wanted to go to the mall. That's where we went. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I remember that mall being built. It's like, oh, we're getting a real mall.
Oh no shit! Oh fuck! Yeah. Didn't fucking know. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm old. That's cool.
Wow.
Let's see. I asked this question of everybody. I don't always know the answer, but when did we meet?
You were probably, because I came to Madhouse a couple of times before I did a set just to check it out, and I think you were one of the first people that I ever saw go up.
Oh wow!
Cool. And I've always thought your act was very unique. You got a kind of an Andy Kaufman thing going on.
Sure.
And always enjoyed it. And
I gotta explain that to everybody else,
right?
Especially the bookers.
It's a lot of fun.
Bookers said to me Thursday night, "You kind of got this Andy Kaufman thing," and I'm like, and then then they're like giving you advice, and it's like, do you realize you would have gave bad advice to Andy Kaufman?
Yes, absolutely, totally. Oh, it's true.
Everybody probably did.
Mm-hmm. That was the whole thing about it. They were like,
it's like, no, I'm doing what I want to do.
He's doing exactly what he wants to do, and he got. I mean, he was he was a very unique guy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. But anyway, so yeah, I had seen you around for a long time, and I think it was. I don't think I even told you this, but I had a kind of a rough night. Kind of a rough set and all that, and kind of was wondering, I don't know if I really want to do this. And you kind of randomly invited me to Quantum. You just kind of, I was chilling there, and you said, "Hey, come to Quantum sometime." Yeah. And it was like, cool, like I'll go check that out. So that was my first official, you inviting me somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it meant a lot at the time.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I can't do the show without people,
right?
Without comics.
I like the fact that you keep it going, and it's my type of thing. Because right now, I mean, like I said, I'm coming up on a year, and I like having my familiar places that I can go and work
Yeah.
on my stuff. You know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So have you traveled to do comedy yet?
Yeah, actually, I
Nice.
took a trip just before the holidays last year
Yeah.
out to Austin
Oh, cool.
and did a bunch of open mics out there. Tried to get on Kill Tony, obviously did not. Getting on it, it's a lottery.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
but while I was out there, I definitely did do some stand up in some other places on 6th Street, and
Cool.
it was really cool. Tried to also get on at I saw a couple of shows there too, so at Comedy Mothership, and yeah, it was just a cool little vacation, kind of
Oh, nice.
my own little stand up pilgrimage,
Yeah, that's cool. So, are you doing any other hobbies or passions right now that aren't related to comedy?
Um, like I said, I've always got a couple of creative projects going on,
Sure.
and my thing right now, I'm also a Lego artist.
Oh,
I spend a lot of time working on I have this giant Lego castle that's about this tall and about this wide, and,
Wow.
and there's a tour. You can take a tour. It's like a 30-minute tour because I open up all these little doors and shit, and
Wow.
it's like, yeah, here's the ballroom, and here's the fucking throne room and shit. And
Wow.
it's something I've been working on for a couple of years now. Almost done. Almost to the point where, I mean, it's never done, but
Sure.
it's show worthy is what I call it. Like,
Nice.
I'll take it out and invite people over, and I'll do like a video tour of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, how did you get into that?
Just one of these things, man. Like when I was a kid, I played with Lego and shit, and then I think it was maybe I was in my late 20s, and I just bought a Lego set one day. It was a castle, and I was like, yeah, I remember playing castles. And from there, it was just I bought other sets and just started expanding on it, and then that turned into I'm going to create kind of a castle masterpiece type of thing, and work on it in my off time, just whenever. It's just on a big table in my house that I work on.
That's cool. So do you do drawings to do it, or you just kind of
I just wing it, just
wing it?
totally wing it. Yeah, I'm not much of a I could probably sit there and design it like I am designing it in my head, but it's all very cerebral. So it's just something that I've slowly worked on through trial and error. And, I'll go online and look up Lego tips and shit, for how to make a cool roof or whatever.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is just my own design. And sometimes you find things, it'll just take, I'll spend all day working on this one little section, and it might only be maybe 20 pieces, but just trying to get them right into the right spot so that everything else works is it's a lot of fun.
So it's that high?
Yeah, you got a tower right here, and then it's a big old base, with about 20 rooms, and then there's a village to it too, with a brothel and an inn and a church and shit, with like a festival going on, all these little Lego minifigs doing funny shit. Yeah.
That's cool. So how tall is each room?
It depends. The biggest room is the throne room, and I want to say so you take out the outside, and here's what's on the inside, and so some of the rooms might only be about 4 or 5 inches. They're all minifigure to scale with the little Lego minifigs, right? So the throne room is the tallest. It's
Cool.
I want to say it's maybe 10 inches, which is pretty tall when you're talking Lego metrics.
All right, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. That's fun.
Cool. Let's see. Do you wish you started comedy earlier?
I mean, yes and no. Ultimately, I would say no. I think I started comedy right at the right time in my life. If you want to just talk life experience and kind of what was going on with me a year ago, and why I decided that I wanted to pursue, I needed a new creative outlet to pursue. And just like I said, it's just all around life experience. I'm glad that I started when I did, because if I had started in my 20s, maybe I'd be further along now. But I was a different person in my 20s.
Sure.
And who knows how that would have shaped the material.
Yeah, makes sense. So what are your goals in comedy?
Right now, I really just kind of want to get good at it. And little mini steps along the way. Like I have little mini goals that big one today actually is one of the first, because now that I'm at the point where I'm comfortable with it,
Sure.
I want to start branching out, going to more venues, trying things out like roasts and things of that nature. So today is my first host at Quantum tonight.
Oh, nice.
I'll be hosting for the first time, and I'm really excited for it.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Be nice to get on like a main, like a 10-minute show here,
Sure.
and start having more bookings.
Yeah. Have you reached out to the club yet?
No, that's the one thing that I have a problem with. It's the one thing holding me back is reluctance to reach out to club people.
Sure.
If I see sign-up sheets, that's one thing, but actually talking to people, even other comics. I'm a very social butterfly. Like I have my my family and work friends and stuff like that. But when it comes to like groups of strangers or whatever, maybe even comedy club owners, there might be a little bit of what's the word? Maybe insecurity there.
Sure.
It's something I'm working on for sure.
Yeah.
But
you're not. I mean, it's possible to get booked without asking, but it's harder.
Very true. No, I definitely understand that. So, but right now, I think it's a matter of I want to feel comfortable in my material.
Sure.
Before I.
Right, but it's also a catch-22. If you have 5 minutes that you're really confident about, you could submit. And then if they say yes, there's parking spots and there's ways of getting in on the ground floor, and then stage time is where you get better. And open mics are great, but it's only the pressure isn't there to do good. You know what I mean? You can put pressure on yourself. Oh, I want to really make this 5 minutes really good. But when you're actually in a show, then like the adrenaline and the stakes can go up, right?
Sure.
And a lot of times the shows, like, people are there to actually laugh. They didn't go to a bar and there's comedy. Oh, okay.
Very true. Yeah.
So they're rooting for you. They're there to laugh, and it's just I recommend trying to do shows, and all they can do is ignore you or say no.
That's true. Yeah. Not very true.
I mean, if you send them an email every day, they're probably going to be, hey, stop emailing.
Right. But that is sort of the idea, is to just contact the club owners and things like that. And
like just booking at madhousecomedyclub.com. Just send an email, send you a 5-minute clip on YouTube.
This is good. I'm at that, like I said, I'm at that point now where I'm confident. I am confident enough in my material, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Where now I do want to try certain things. So the advice on, hey, who do you contact? It's just another thing maybe I haven't done enough research on, and instead just focusing on the material.
But you're trying to go up at the Comedy Store, and
yeah, I would like to.
You just got. Are you free on Tuesdays?
It depends, but yeah, I mean, I can be.
You call the number, and if you get up, then the booker is usually there, watching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You just got to know the process. Like each club,
has a different process,
different.
and you got to learn how the process works.
Not every club has an open mic, unfortunately.
Sure.
But you just do that. Thursday nights, you go to the Grand Comedy Club, do their halftime hacks show, 3 minutes.
Okay.
I would just, the next step is to get on shows.
I think so. And I don't know, Aaron. Maybe it's kind of this new year or something like that. We're in 2026 now, but I'm definitely feeling that fire a little bit. It's like I'm ready to start doing that. It took me a little while for sure. But
oh, sure, yeah, a year isn't that long, but there's people that are doing shows after a year, so
sure, I'm sure there's people that do shows, after a month.
Yeah,
like wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, definitely. Just depends on how good you are to start with. So, what is your favorite joke? It could be anybody's joke.
Any joke out there? That's a tough one. I mean, just off the top of my head, maybe not a joke, but a bit, is the one in Airplane with Leslie Nielsen and Peter Graves, where he said, "Captain, how soon can you land?" I can't tell. Or you can tell me, I'm a doctor. Oh no, I mean I just don't know. Well, can't you take a guess? Well, not for another 2 hours. You can't take a guess for another 2 hours? Like, that whole bit is just a really funny bit, and every time I watch that movie and I see that bit, I just crack the fuck up. Yeah.
Cool. So what was your first joke?
My first joke was it was a bit on the fact that it was my first time on stage, and so I almost can't even really tell it anymore.
Sure.
But it was hey, this is a unique experience for you guys to see me now here on the first time on stage, because who knows, 5 to 10 years from now, you might be watching some stand-up comedy special on Netflix, and you'll go, "Hey, I wonder what happened to that fucking guy at Madhouse that I saw that one time." And then I'll be there at your front door delivering Grubhub, And it got laughs.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So, do you have like a favorite fan interaction? Either someone was a fan of you, or you were a fan of someone else.
Oh well, I'm like I don't think I have any fans just yet, but probably a good one actually. When I was 6 years old, I met Milton Berle.
Wow.
I had a sort of an uncle, friend of the family guy that was a concert producer. He booked like small bookings and things like that for private companies, and they had hired Milton Berle. After the show, we got to meet him. We were in Reno at a hotel, and he was just hanging out waiting for his car. And my uncle managed to, bring the kids over and let's introduce them. So I've got a picture with me and my brothers and Milton Berle. And what I distinctly remember, I was 6 years old. I had this mop of like tow-headed blonde hair, Sure. And he looked at me and he said, "What's your name, kid? Dennis the Menace?" And always remembered it. I grew up on old shit, so it was a big deal for me to meet like the dude from Mad World,
That's cool. Nice. So what's your favorite place to do comedy right now?
I mean, I really only do Madhouse and Quantum at this point. Like aside from some of the places that I did in Texas when I was out in Austin. I mean, the best place that I ever did was at Shakespeare's in Austin. That was the funnest, the biggest crowd. It was after the Kill Tony, like because everyone hangs out in Shakespeare's that puts their name in the bucket for Kill Tony. And after the show ends, everyone hangs out and they do an open mic. So I signed up for the open mic, and I had a great time with everybody because it was just, you had the local Texas people, but there was just also this big mob of people from all over the world that are coming to try to get on Kill Tony for the first time. And so it was, where are you from, and all this. So afterwards, doing the open mic, everyone was just so supportive. And it was a big crowd, and it was just wild, and had a really good night there for sure.
That's cool.
But locally, I mean, I love coming to Madhouse, and I love coming to Quantum. But those are really my only two places that I've done here.
You gotta do all the open mics you possibly can.
I do.
Last night was Yellow Door, or no, Wednesday night was Yellow Door. There's lots of places to do comedy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, plenty of avenues. I need to just start taking advantage of it.
Definitely. So, what's the scariest place do you think would be to perform?
Oh, scariest place. You know what? I'll tell you something, man. The scariest place to me is a place where there's two people staring at you. Like, sure. I imagine I don't really have any qualms with getting up in front of large crowds. Like that doesn't scare me at all. And if I bomb, I bomb. Like I get it, but there's something that's a little bit more cutting when it's just like a small little room. So it's kind of like I've already kind of gone through that fear.
Sure.
But like kind of like you said, I kind of imagine that doing bookings where people are paying to be there and they're there for laughs, they're probably going to be a little bit kinder to you anyway. So doing it's a weird thing with me, man, because doing it does not scare me. It's asking for the opportunity from the club people that is intimidating for some reason.
Well,
I don't know what.
You definitely got to start doing that.
Yeah, I know.
Or else,
it's not. Yeah,
it's just a catch-22. You have to do that, because if you do that, then you'll get to more opportunities eventually. Hopefully.
Sure.
So, what was your family life growing up?
Middle child. Child of divorce, but I have a really great extended family on both sides. Lots of interesting people. Everybody's a fucking character in my family. When my dad had 5 brothers, so family 6 boys. My grandparents and all my uncles, they all had a pretty large influence on me, and even larger extended family. Also, like a second batch of cousins and things like that, and we get together for gatherings and stuff all the time, and it's an interesting family. It's a family of goofy characters. A lot of us are kind of artistic. Like my grandma was she was a painter and a poet and played the auto harp and shit like that. Kind of sweet old Americana lady. And had an uncle who was like a singer. Another uncle on the other side of the family who was like he's like a famous chef. He lives in I think he lives in Hong Kong now, maybe, or Cambodia. He lives in Cambodia now, and he's like a travel writer / chef that's actually sort of famous over there.
Oh, nice.
That's weird.
Sweet. So, what's your earliest memory?
Earliest memory. Ooh. I think my earliest thought was I remember being in the car, and my mom was driving, and I was sitting in a car seat, and distinctly I remember where I was. I was in going on Highway 20. It was this path that I took to get to my grandparents' house all the time, and over Mount St. Helena. And I remember being in the car, maybe like 3 years old, and I was looking at my mom, and I was looking at her eyes and looking at the pupils in her eyes, and I knew that I had eyes, but I wondered, how come I can't see the circles in my eyes? And it was just this weird childlike thought, like, what? I have eyes, why can't I see the, And then at some point I realized that's not how it works. You wouldn't see the big circles in your eyes, right? Or you couldn't see.
Yeah. It's interesting. Would you ever do a character on stage?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, when I go on stage, I'm sort of already playing a character, kind of an exaggeration of myself.
Yeah.
But even in the course of my material, I'll do impressions and things like that. I like to do voices. The actor, like I've done a lot of acting before, so I've played a lot of funny characters on stage before. So yeah, absolutely. Like I like characters. I like voices.
Oh, that's cool. So do you think you're going to do acting again ever, or are you just concentrating on comedy right now?
I'm concentrating on comedy right now. The thing with acting, number one, I'm not really into. I would do acting on my own film projects, or a friend's film project, for example. I don't think I would pursue it professionally.
Yeah.
It's just that actor grind is just not really my jam.
Yeah.
And I love theater. I would love to act in a play again. It's just the problem with that is it's so time consuming.
Sure.
I just don't have the time for it.
Yeah.
But that's why stand-up is a great medium for me, because I love being on stage. I love engaging with an audience.
Yeah.
But stand-up is nice because I can kind of do it on my own schedule.
Yeah. That's good. So have you ever won a comedy contest or anything like that?
Yeah. I did. I won a quantum comedy or worse. Yeah. Quantum Brewing. Yeah. Comic of the night. That was right before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it felt good. It felt really good.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
Let's see. Kind of answered that. What's the worst thing about comedy right now?
That's a tough question. I mean, I could sit there and I think any grievances that I might have towards comedy, I think say more about me than they do about comedy.
Yeah.
Like I could say that I think anything I think is better when there's a stronger sense of community.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there is in comedy, but sometimes I wonder how supportive are other comedians of other comedians.
Yeah. And
it's a big thing with me. For me, I think it's important. I can understand if you're going to do like a main show or something like that, why you might want to be in your zone.
Yeah.
But I think that things like open mics and stuff like that, I think I want to see comedians grow. And I want to sit there and support them the same way I would hope that they would support me.
Sure.
So I think there maybe could be a little bit more of that, but I'm not going to act like I understand what everybody's creative process is. I can totally understand why somebody is like, no, I can't sit and watch other comedians before I'm about to go on. That's going to fuck with my mojo. So I get it, you know. So yeah, I really don't have an answer to what's the worst thing about comedy. Sorry.
No, that's fine. So last night I was trying to get people, all the comics to come into the room and be in the room, and it's a show. They want to constantly smoke and hang outside. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I can see it, and especially as the promoter, and you've got this business that is letting you be here and everything. You have a deal worked out, and everyone's just hanging out outside. Maybe they're not buying drinks or whatever. It could be that, but and the other thing is just noise.
The smoke and the noise.
I mean, if you want to hang out, that's cool, but come on.
Well,
there's other people that are doing stuff. Keep the voice, keep this.
also trying to explain to them there's real audience members that don't know that the comics are hanging outside. They just see, there's more people outside than in here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, but we're having fun in here. Why don't they come in here and have fun?
It's not a good look, right? Yeah.
I don't know. Still working on figuring out how to get that. That's one of the motivations to have Comic of the Night on Saturdays.
Sure.
Get your points.
Mm-hmm.
Be in the room, be funny, bring people. All these things that try to encourage people to be in the room, not just smoking outside.
Totally, I get it for sure.
Yeah, and there's also other places that you can do that. Like at the Madhouse, it's a perfect place to hang outside, or even in the bar area.
Mm-hmm. I will say that the comics at Madhouse, there is some support there. It's nice having other comics in the room sometimes, because they can be good support. There's definitely a couple that I've seen, and it does mean a lot. And I'm all about positivity. So I think it's total. I don't care what kind of material you're doing, whether it's strong material or weak material. If you've got the balls to get up stage and do it, I just think that's gangster shit, and I got respect for you, and I want to be there to be like, and that goes for any type of art. You want to create music, you want to write. I've just always been a supporter of people that do that because I get it.
Last night, just felt like people were not doing very well. And I was like, oh, we're treating everybody. But a lot of people stayed, so that was good.
Yeah, totally. But kind of like you said, maybe a lot of those folks, they're not necessarily comedy fans. They're there because they saw, free comedy show, let's check this out, or they might know the comics and they've been invited.
Yeah.
But I always just kind of look at it as a workshop. You know,
Yeah.
I know that it's not, especially with what you're doing. I understand, but
Well, yeah, trying to like have it be okay. There's the featured spots that they're supposed to be doing the stuff that's worked out already, show level material.
they're not coming on the stage reading notes.
And then afterwards is the open mic. But I still see people, like they're doing a featured set, and they're like, let me let me try this. Okay, a little bit of that, that's fine.
Yeah.
Please don't do
But
all new stuff.
But come prepared. Come prepared.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see, have you ever been in a car accident?
Yeah, once. I mean, not a terrible one. It's kind of a funny story. I was with my buddy. He and I always joke. He said the problem was I was sober. We were in a rental car, like it was a pickup truck that we had rented for work, and we had finished for the day. And he was driving. We were up in LA, and we were in the middle of traffic, and he was looking for a dispensary. He's like, I need to get high. Like find a dispensary around here. And I was looking on my phone, and he looked over at my phone and, what about that one? And when he did that, boom, nailed the car in front of him, and that created a chain reaction. So 4 other cars all kind of accordioned. Luckily, nobody was hurt, and and like I said, it was a rental car, so our company paid for it. But what was funny about it was that one of the cars that got hit, there was a guy and a gal inside, and neither one of them had a driver's license.
Wow.
And so we were all parked with the police officers, and they were like, hey, if you don't have a license, I'm sorry, but the car, and they could have driven the car away. Like, it wasn't that bad. It was like, dinged in here and dinged in here. And I overheard this, and they were like, oh no, what do we do? What do we do? And I said, hey, where do you guys live? If you want, I'll drive your car back home for you. Yeah. And they were like, oh, you would do that? Because I felt bad because we had hit these guys, And they're like, you would do that for us? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, officers, if that's okay. And the officers said, yeah, that's okay with us. So
nice.
I got into this dinged up car with this couple who I just met in the middle of LA, and my buddy was following behind me.
Yeah.
After we had exchanged insurance information with the other cars and everything. And it was, and it was kind of a beat up. I was trying to be nice, but they were maybe a little sketchy or whatever, this couple, but I'm glad I was able to help them out,
Yeah, otherwise the car gets towed.
Yeah, and that would have fucked their day up, so.
Yeah, that's... So, did they have insurance?
Yeah, I think they had insurance, but no, I take that back. They did not have insurance. I take it back. They didn't have insurance. That's
because I don't think you could get insurance
without a license. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it might have been a situation where one of them, like, their license was expired or something like that. They just
that's a little better.
Yeah,
because I think they'll just tow your car. Like, sorry, you need to have insurance. You have to have a license.
I think it was an expiration thing that they hadn't renewed. It was that type of situation.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. Otherwise, the cop was kind of just letting stuff slide even to the extreme.
Well, it was LA. They probably had bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, definitely want to get the cars off the freeway.
Exactly. It was rush hour.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, do you have any merch yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not my comedy, but my my work. I'm starting to create some merch for some stickers and some T-shirts. I work in the film industry. I do a lot of stuff. I worked in the film industry for about 12 years. I started as a PA, worked my way up to being like a second assistant director and coordinator. At this point, I've worked in just about every department but makeup. But recently, like in the past 2 years, I've been focusing on craft services. Like the snack table, basically.
Yeah.
But in the industry, it's a big deal. So I started a little company, and
Nice.
like I've recently created kind of a logo, and I want to start making some merch for that.
Cool.
But yeah, I go to film sets and I set up a really pretentious snack bar,
Nice.
and that's how I make my living.
That's cool.
Fun job.
Cool. So did you just fall into that because you were doing stuff in the film industry, or how did you come up with that idea?
Because it's always been a thing.
Sure.
Craft services is always a thing that's needed,
Right.
and as a PA, one of the things that you do sometimes on smaller shoots where it's low budget, maybe they can't afford a full-on craft service person, they'll just have a PA that runs and grabs some snacks for people.
Yeah.
And so for a lot of I work on a lot of smaller shoots, and I started getting the ins and outs of what crews want on set as far as snacks and drinks go and things like that. And down here in San Diego, there's not a lot of people that do craft services. There's only a couple. And so I kind of just saw an opportunity, and I had a couple, like I've even had a couple of people that kind of mentored me a little bit.
Nice.
And slowly started building up my kit with all, so it's bins of Nespresso machines and hot tea kettles and stuff, baskets, because everything in the film industry is panache. You want to make things look pretty,
Sure.
So and it's been good, that especially this past year. So
Yeah.
I decided, you know what, I'll stop just doing it as I want to create my own company and have a brand,
Yeah.
and build a website. So that's all stuff that I'm working on right now.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. So how do you feel about social media?
Social media, I think it's a very powerful tool, and it can do a lot of good things. I'm only now recently starting to take it a little bit more seriously.
Sure.
I'm starting to see the benefits of it. I've always used Facebook as kind of like scrapbook for family and friends and stuff. Hey, this is what I'm doing, But recently I've started using my Instagram a lot more, and learning the ins and outs of that and how to promote yourself. It's not something that I've fought for a little while, because as much as I love creating art and sharing my art with people, I'm weird about promoting myself. But I've kind of gotten over that fear a little bit.
Sure.
And so I think social media is definitely a benefit, especially for things like comedy or what I do in the industry. So,
yeah. Cool. So have you ever had your own podcast or been on a podcast before?
No, this is technically the first time.
Wow, cool.
Me and a buddy of mine, actually, I take that back. We just did one for fun one time, and another friend, he's a friend that we work in the film industry together, and we just went down to Fiesta Island and set up a couple of lawn chairs and a couple of cameras, and we had my buddy has these little, the hand mic things, so we had two of those, and I do a little bit of editing, so I took all the footage together, and
cool.
And it was cool, it's just the two of us sitting there just bullshitting about the industry and about this and that. But the editing was very time consuming, because we tried to do multiple camera angles and things like that, and a lot of the footage didn't come out. It was oh, we're missing this dialogue on me right here. So I do have the podcast edited, but it's choppy as all hell. But it was fun.
Okay. Cool. So do you ever think you're going to continue that project, or?
I don't know. This is a good friend of mine, and he and I bounce around from different types of creative projects together. You were asking me about if I thought about acting again, and actually with this friend, I am currently also working on, and I wanted to do another short film. I said I'm just sort of a jack of all trades, master of none type of situation, and that's kind of the way that I like it. So. Yeah, I've got the fucking Legos going on, and I've got the stand-up comedy, and I've got my work, and now I have a short film that I wrote the script for, and it's kind of a period piece. Yeah. It takes place in like the 1900s, and it's based on an old short story by O. Henry.
Okay.
Cool. And I wrote my own dialogue for it and everything. And
nice.
So he and I, it's like we're going to play characters. It's kind of like I'm this New York cop, see? And he's kind of the southern, well, I do declare, sir. And
that's cool.
So that's something that I want to do this year, too.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
What about combining, you ever thought of like doing a film, Lego film?
You know what? I have thought about that. I have made a film with GI Joes before a long time ago, kind of stop motion thing, sort of a satire of like Predator. I filmed it in like trees and stuff. Tore the GI Joe's arms off and put ketchup on it and shit like that to make it look like they were all fucked up. And when I was a kid, I used to do that shit with all my toys. Yeah. Like that was always a thing, make little movies with. But I did make, like I said, I did make one that it's not professional, but it was a short. And I have thought about doing it with Lego, but it's not something that I can get excited. Like I got to be excited for. To do it. That's the thing. And I'm not really excited about making a Lego movie. That doesn't really excite me.
Sure, makes sense. Cool. Let's see. So, what was I gonna follow up on? When did you move to San Diego?
2005. So yeah, cool. About over 20 years living in San Diego now.
Nice.
Lived in OB, Claremont, North Park, University City. I'm currently over in Point Loma now, cool. But looking to relocate.
Yeah.
Kind of at a point in my life where I don't really feel like I need roommates anymore. Okay. And with this business that I'm talking about, I need a little bit more space. Yeah. So I'm looking into renting a small house or something like that, or a small apartment, even a studio. It is expensive here, unfortunately. Sure. But yeah, so I'm in the process of moving now. But yeah, cool. 20 years. What about you? How long have you lived here for?
I moved here when I was 18. I'm 54. Oh, wow. So quite a while. Mm-hmm. In my early 30s, and moved back to Santa Rosa for like a year and a half to just kind of help out my sister. But then me and my nephew, we got to move out. We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And then we're like, where should we go? And we thought about different places, and we're like, we just like Southern California the best. So we moved back here.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's like go to the places and you're like, oh my god, the weather's awful here.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you live here, it's hard to want to move away.
Yeah, and it's like the population density. Like there's places where it's like, oh, this is just an unincorporated area, and it's like, that's so weird. There's no town who claims this. The
right?
County claims it. Okay. Let's see. Did you ever do any sports or anything like that?
In my younger days, I played some Little League, and I wrestled actually, not like WWE, but like the collegiate wrestling. I did that for about 4 years, like 7th grade to 10th grade or something like that, and then kind of got into acting after that, and kind of lost interest in it.
Sure.
But it was, it was fun at the time, but just, I've never really been like a sports guy. I like going to baseball games. Like I can sit and watch any sport and have a good time, but I can't say that I follow anything necessarily.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it's like other people doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Oh, our team won. It's like, well, okay.
I get the excitement. I can get it for like a night of fun or whatever, but I just can't be invested in that. in a team or
yeah, definitely. I mean, I used to follow baseball. And it's like after a while, it's like the money kind of drove me out of it. It was like once you realize it's all about the money, it's like, oh, this isn't fun anymore.
Yeah, for sure. I hear you. But for people that like it, great.
Yeah, definitely. So, is there anything that you want to talk about?
Ooh, that I want to talk about. Oh, I hadn't thought that far ahead. So, just in terms of comedy venues, because I have looked online a little bit. You were talking about, I think you were talking about La Jolla Comedy Store, the one where you call on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Like, I do remember checking that out at some point. And just in general, I mean, like if I wanted to look for things like roast battles or just booking, booking opportunities and things like that, just use Google as your friend, or
well, as far as the open mics, there's a spreadsheet I can send you.
Oh, really?
That Mike McCullough is keeping updated, and then the roast battle. Like, I don't think the roast battles are on there, but the roast battle. Go to a roast battle at La Jolla Comedy Store.
Okay.
It's like once a month. I think it's the first Wednesday of the month. And then I think Mike Drop's doing stuff too. If you go to like the Saturday or today, signups are 2:30. So right after this, at the Mike Drop Comedy Club. The open mic, I think the host Alex Petit, he also is helping out with the roast, so you could just say that you're interested in doing that.
Right at Mike Drop up by Quantum.
Yeah.
You said that today. Sorry, can you repeat what you just said?
Yeah, today is a daytime mic. Sign up start at 2:30.
Okay.
Mic is at 3, and the host is like doing also the roast. Their roast. I think they call it Roast Wars or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Is that like every Saturday type of thing they do that, or?
Pretty much every Saturday. You should check the website just to make sure. Occasionally, it's not there.
Well, this spreadsheet that you're talking about would also, I'm sure, be very, very, very helpful to me. I would appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I'll send you that. Let's see. Let's look up if the roasting. It's pretty much every Saturday, but just like occasionally, it's not there. The internet is. The connection's bad.
Oh, that's okay.
But we'll look that up right after this.
Amazing. I would really appreciate
just to make
that.
sure that it's today. Yeah.
And then, as far as like say booking here, for example, for one of the shows,
yeah,
just contact
booking at madhousecomedyclub.com.
Okay. Cool.
So just go to madhousecomedyclub.com and then copy that part, and then put booking at in front of it. That's the email address. That way you know you got it right.
Okay, gotcha.
If that part is right, then booking BOOKING. Just that's for all those slow people out there.
Copy that. Okay. All right.
I mean, it's a podcast. Just listen to it every time. And yeah, so just tell them you're interested in doing spots and send them a clip. People want like at least 5 minutes on YouTube, and a continuous clip, an actual. We're in front of the audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't like just do an audition tape or something.
Right.
They want to see if the audience is laughing at what you're doing.
Gotcha.
So definitely send them the one where you got the most laughs. Don't send them just anyone.
Or as opposed to like a series of cuts of different.
Yeah, they
right?
don't want a series of cuts.
Okay.
It's like, okay, you're a good editor. What does that
right.
show us?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you win over a crowd in 5 minutes?
Gotcha.
And if you have longer, that's fine, but don't make it your best set amount of time, at least 5 minutes. And some people will say, "Oh, we need at least 8 minutes or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
So reach out and read all the instructions. If a place has a way of submitting, then make sure you read exactly what they want and send it to them, so you'll be more likely to get a response than you just send them what you think they want.
Gotcha.
Or asking what they want, and like, well, you didn't even read the instructions. It's crazy how many people don't read the instructions. And it's like, it's right there. Like, why don't you just read it before you? But whatever. What are you gonna do?
That's good to know. Just knowing what the other booking and open mic options are out there. Like I said, I feel like I'm ready to branch out and start doing a little bit more. I'm a little bit more comfortable with it. So.
Yeah, and also there's independent producers. You just gotta go to more open mics and talk to people and say you want to get booked, and then you might even get booked. You didn't realize the person was a producer.
Mm-hmm.
And also, with all your experience and everything, you might look at venues and start your own show.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of work, but having, over 100 shows I do a year.
That's impressive.
So.
How long have you been hosting or doing the comedy or worse?
This year is going to go on around April. It's going to be 3 years.
And you've consecutive, every.
Yeah, I think we just missed 1 week where we did an experiment, went to another place, and that place was we had to bring everybody.
Oh wow.
The audience, the comics. It was crazy. So it was okay, we could do this, but it seems like they had no regular customers. It was out in the middle of nowhere.
It's got to be But no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it was imagine in a busy area, and then you walk up 2 blocks, and then it's like wait, are we in Tijuana? You like the street, the dirtiness of the street is like a what do you call it? Warehouse district kind of place. It's wow, okay.
That's got to be kind of fulfilling for you, right? I mean, setting up the shows, and I'm sure sometimes it can be stressful, right?
It just came back to me bugging people and saying, "Oh, you have this show. Can I get on the show? Oh, I'm booked up." And then I bugged him enough where he was like, "Well, what have you done for the comedy community? What time have you given back?"
Ah, touche.
It's oh, okay. So then I'm okay. Started asking people that have shows, "How did you get this?" And it sounds like a very what? That you really you just did this and then this happened. You kind of just fell into it.
Yeah.
And it's it seemed like that was so impossible, and then it just happened to me. The mic drop was having a Friday night mic, and I was over at Quantum Brewing killing some time, and I saw they were doing comedy, and I was like, oh, comedy's tomorrow. How do you get booked on that? And he's talk to the guy, and it's oh, it's only every so often they do all the booking and whatever. And I'm it sounded like he wanted to do the show more often, and I'm well, I could do it. You just have to have the confidence, even if you don't. I didn't have the equipment. I didn't know if I could really pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd been doing comedy for a few years, and I was yeah, I could do it.
Yeah, and you turned it into something really cool, man. Yeah. And you got the merch to go with it and everything, and It's got to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, just like a lot of stuff I do is just revolves around comedy.
Sure. With if you don't mind me asking, with your with what you're doing now, how close does it resemble what you were doing when you started out?
Well, I mean, the funny thing is, I started doing a podcast before I did comedy.
Okay.
But it wasn't really focused. But, you know, it's like once I started doing comedy, everything just started revolving around comedy, and it's getting to the point where it's way different from when I, started. And I'm not quite there with the vision. The vision is like to have having the shows be bigger, having, I'm proud that this is we're recording right now episode 124. And
this is 124?
Yeah.
124, baby. All right.
And the episode's been coming out every week for a couple of years, so that's great. Because you read you get advice and you read what should you do for make a podcast so successful, and it's like consistency.
Sure.
So okay, but it would be nice to. You make a lot of mistakes, and it would be good to like if I could negotiate a better deal with the venue, because right now I'm not getting paid anything.
Yeah.
It's just tips. That's why I push the tips. It's like, come on, tip. But I have learned different things, to have a donation-based ticket on Eventbrite, because sometimes you can donate $1, or people have donated more, $20, $30. And it's so great. The dream is to just get paid for comedy. Whether it's the podcast, the merch, the tickets for the events or whatever. That'd be great, and not have to do anything else. But still a long ways away from that. It's definitely covering the expenses.
That's good.
Of the comic of the night and the ads. But it would be nice to be able to pay the comics, or at least the people that are at a higher level.
Yeah.
And go, hey, you want a headline? And just pay the headliner or whatever. That would be great. But working towards that.
Mm-hmm. That's like you said, consistency. Just keep doing it and see where it takes you.
Yeah. Maybe soon I'll ask the venue, hey, can we start, trying to, I don't know, there's different ideas, say, I have towards the idea, having the tip thing outside, and go, there's this $5 suggested donation before they even come in or whatever. Or maybe I could even just start passing around the tip jar and go, hey, if you like the show, a $5 suggested donation. Because they get a lot of ones sometimes. Oh my God, thank you, but how many friggin' ones it takes to make something?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I guess you.
It takes 5 ones to make a 5. Come on, man, you got a 5? Just give us a 5 instead. But it'd be great to hire an editor for the podcast, and not so much editing the podcast, because when you do too many edits, it doesn't make it as real to me, because I have used AI and cut out all the ums and and point the gaps, and then I listen back to them this just doesn't seem as real.
Yeah, it feels a little inauthentic.
Yeah,
sure.
It's it's not it's a fake video, but you just why did it cut there? You start to wonder, did they say something offensive? Was it just they were going, I don't know what to say next? You should just leave it up to the audience to skip around if they want.
Yeah.
But the editing would be nice to have it be someone really for the clips. That would be great to have someone go, I listened to this one that was a great podcast. We got 6 clips out of it.
Mm-hmm.
We usually only get 3 or 4 or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And have someone like do the social media, you know, like these are goals, and then have people for the merch, like I have the idea, and then they go and they do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
How are you with social media? I mean, I follow you.
It's a struggle.
I see you doing a lot. You ride the unicycle. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you on there.
It's fun.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I have to remember to do it.
It's my thing. I always forget to take
and then
photos.
Someone gave me good advice about the camera angle, but now that means I do it less, because now I got to put the camera on the tripod, or this basically it's a selfie stick.
The selfie stick.
When you hold it in your hand,
uh-huh.
right, and then extend it out, and it gets a better angle. Yeah, but now it's like more work to do it.
Sure.
So all these things, just it would be nice to just give them someone the video, and then they edit it, and they post it, and they figure out what hashtags to use and all that. I want to just be the actor and the person. Maybe I'll give feedback on the art for the merch, and go, oh yeah, that's great, but could you do this? I can do the art. It just takes me a long time, and it doesn't always. I at some point have to release it,
mm-hmm.
and it's like not exactly what I want.
Well,
and sometimes it's hard to explain exactly what I want. But if I had someone else that I could collaborate with,
yeah.
and they have ideas,
sure,
and then I go, yeah, that's exactly. How did you know? That's even better than I thought.
Definitely. Well, it's tough trying to do the art and the business, which and by business I mean the social media stuff, and but obviously, especially when you're trying to make something happen, you do have to do both. But I hear what you're saying. It would be nice to get to a point where you have somebody that you can pay to handle all that shit, so that you can focus on the creative aspect of it.
Exactly. And I'm not even like opposed to like having a partner,
mm-hmm.
That's like, we do it together, so I can like, even if it's sometimes I do some of the stuff they're doing, and they're, you know what I mean, like just share the workload, because it's just like trying to do so many things. It's a lot of work, and then I want to have like a actual life. Like in comedy, you have to have a life too. So otherwise, what are you going to talk about?
Yeah, exactly.
Just talk about everything up until when I started doing comedy full time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not gonna be very topical, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
it's all about the juggle.
Yeah, exactly. Even comedy, I want to get better at like practicing off stage, and I'll figure out a way to like talk about stuff that's going on in the real world, but not alienate people.
Yeah, that's the tough part with current events.
Yeah.
And I can't help myself sometimes, but I also don't want to be too mean about it either. There are certain things that I don't think anything's off limits necessarily, but I think that the context of what you're saying, to me there's a difference. Even if it is mean, as long as it's funny, as long as it's clever,
right.
I think it's okay. But sometimes it's current events are a touchy issue, and you struggle with it a little bit. And eventually, like if I decide, well, this is something that I can't help, I got to touch on right now because the timing is good on it, and I'm never going to have the opportunity to tell this joke again.
Sure.
I'll do it, but again, it's got to be something that I think, okay, though that's funny without being too mean-spirited or too much taking a side on one thing or another, because that's the other thing. I don't want you to necessarily know what my point of view is if I'm talking about a current event.
Yeah, I almost feel like some of those skills I could just wait to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, wouldn't it be better to wait until you have people coming to see you on purpose? And then maybe they're going to be more curious of what you actually think.
Yeah, true. That's true. Let's get Aaron's take on this.
You might lose some of them, but you also
might gain some too.
People go, oh, you remember I said I really like this comic? Well, now he's talking about real shit.
Yeah, that's true.
And I know that you like this real shit. And then they might come to see you on purpose.
Yeah, I definitely think it is a thing that it's tricky business if you're not established.
Yeah.
If you're established, just like you said, then I think it's easier to get away with. If you're still a young comic, early on, you're gonna alienate half your audience if you're not careful.
Right. Yeah.
With
and then,
that kind of stuff.
Your opinions might change, and then it's like, so now you curated this audience one way, and then you're like, wait a minute, what about this? And then like you might lose some of them anyway. So it's like, why do that early on?
That's true. We're constantly evolving.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Do you like practice your material on your own? Like, do you stand up in a room and work on it?
Yeah, I like to record it. That way I can go, wait, did I forget that line? And then I can just play it back. And also it feels like I'm more present, and like I try harder when I'm recording it, even though I could just delete it.
Yeah.
Or I know that I maybe never watch it. It's just something about recording it, especially video.
I can see that, right? Puts the pressure on a little bit. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But I wanted to do that more. Sometimes I just forget to do it, and I want to get better at music. It's like,
I gotta tell you, a couple times now, after doing stand up at Quantum, I've gone home and gone to bed and stuck in my head. Listen to your body. I'm thirsty. Listen to your body. And I love it. It's great.
Awesome.
It's totally great. Yeah. Like it's always a hoot, man. For sure. It's catchy. It's you remember it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's just. I mean, it helps with having a catchy song to where that you won't forget what the lyrics are.
Exactly. Yep.
If you're having this really cerebral song, it's like, wait, how did it go again? Okay, well, I think this is a good length of podcast. What do you think? You feel?
Sure.
Have you ever listened to a podcast before?
Oh, I've listened to a lot of podcasts.
Okay.
At
some point you realize that they
at some point it feels like at some point you feel like it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So this has been great, man.
Thanks so much
really appreciate it.
Oh yeah. All right, this has been Comedy
or Worse.
Okay, bye.
Bye.